Alright guys, let's talk about Bitget Token on the channel once again. Now we've been talking about Ethereum and Bitcoin for a few days now, and it's getting a little bit boring, but one of the tokens or coins we can say that has been the strongest is BGB. I am actually kind of shocked. It has held up quite well, guys, and it's still at $4.22 as you see at the moment, and basically it's gotten support here at the $4.06 mark. Which is a weekly support for it, and it's gotten support here at $3.89. Now, we've hit this several times, you can see here. Now, the more we hit it, the weaker it will get. So, it would be nice to see that we start moving up here, and we need to get out of this kind of, range here. We've just been kind of ranging between about $3.89 and $5.07 since we fell in this zone about February 16th. So we've almost spent 2 months basically going sideways here, and it's basically time for us to start moving. Now let's take a look at the RSI and see where we stand with BGB. Now on the daily time frame, very oversold here. On the RSI, it's fairly low, pointed to the upside as well. So that is actually good to see. Now let's take a look at the weekly time frame. Actually very oversold again, guys, and it's right in the middle on the RSI but pointed up, so that's actually good to see. Let's take a look at the monthly real quick. It is actually in the oversold territory, but it is pointed to the downside pretty heavily. Now I don't think it can go much lower, guys. You see 2.11 over here. That's very low. So I do imagine in the next month it probably will tick to the upside. It is, with the RSI flirting with being a little bit overbought, but if we look at the full history, this is about the lowest it has been. So you can see it runs up very high here in the mid 90s basically. It tops out, but at 63, that's not bad. It still has a long way to go. Now let's look at the lower time frames here, the 4-hour time frame. Okay, it is a little bit overbought here on the Stoke, and it's pointed to the downside with the RSI here, but still it does have room to grow. It can go all the way up to 100 basically, so it is right in the middle. That's fine. Now 1-hour time frame, it is just getting out of the overbought territory, which is okay. It is pointed to the downside with the RSI though. On the 15-minute time frame, just for fun, it is actually oversold here, and it is right in the middle, slightly pointed up here with the RSI. So in the very, very short term, we might get a small pump here, but basically I do think it's going to cool down a little bit, because yeah, it did come all the way back from, what was this, $3, about 72 cents. If we look at it on the 15-minute time frame. So, it's come back about 50 cents, and that's a pretty good shot to the upside. It's a pretty good bounce basically. So let's see. I do think it will cool down, and it will continue. Basically, the next resistance will be about $4.50, and after that, it'll be $5.07. Now I wanted to show you guys my bag of BGB here. You can see that I do hold it, and I do hold quite a lot of it. It is my second biggest bag, guys. Now 25 of these are my wife's. We just keep it together. And yeah, so I do have 1,200 personally, and so I'm not joking when I say these things, guys, but I have never been involved in a candy bomb. You have to have basically the token. Basically these are new tokens, and they want you to, I guess, lock it up here. It's probably something like a launch pool basically. Now, I have been involved in the Pool X here, and you can see the ones that have ended, they've been relatively good, 7% basically here and here. Here you had one that was 200%, but you had to have the BR token. Now, most of these are BGB pools, so keep that in mind. And yeah, I do like the Pool X's. Now the launch pool, guys, the most recent one was actually not that bad. I gained, like 1.5, maybe 2 BGB from it actually, because I always change these coins into BGB. Always, guys. Always, always, always. Now, here you can see more past projects here. You did have like, IP, BGB. Here you had Sonic. This was an excellent one. This one gave me, I think, about $150 or so. I changed it, every 6 hours or so at a minimum. Sometimes I changed it like every 2 hours when I had more than $1. I could change it. So yeah, but you can convert every 6 hours on Bitget. So yeah, I was just constantly changing this into BGB, guys. So this gave me a ton, this Sonic one. Now, there are other ones that, in the past, they've been relatively good. I mean, you can see, guys, it's been 169% here. Here's been 128%. These at this X1 was not so good, but there was nothing with BGB there. Puffer, 52%. Order, you had 38%. L3, 13%. That's all more than 1.5% in flexible staking, guys. So check this out. There have been a lot of good projects here. The last one was 38%, so that's not bad. Now, one thing they've been lacking is their launch pad, guys. Basically, they haven't had a launch pad since the summer. And the last one was this BWB, which, as you know, the BWB was actually turned into BGB, and they basically just merged. So, yeah, I participated in this. I didn't get too much with this, so I don't know if it was really worth it. I guess it was because it was free. But anyways, guys, they've only had a few projects here in their launchpad. But yeah, now if we look at the Launch X, I have participated in this for Jambo, and you had to commit BGB. This is somewhat different, guys. You actually end up selling a portion of your coins. You get it at the sale price. I got it at 50 cents, per Jambo, and I ended up selling at 80 cents everything because I sold it immediately, guys. I don't wait. Now Jambo is like 20 cents or something like this. So keep that in mind if you do one of these. You actually sell a portion. I actually ended up gaining, I think, about 20 BGB more when I sold my Jambo, though. Now, I want to jump into Bitcoin here real quick, guys. I did have a long from 78,000 on Bitcoin. I did stop that this morning at about 80,400, and that's because we do have this resistance here. I do want to see if we work our way back down. Maybe I will put in another long position here at about 76,000. But, I had a relatively small position. I only had like 84 or 85 bucks, guys, and it was a 12x long, so I made about 30 bucks there. But hey, 30 bucks is 30 bucks. I'll keep it. And yeah, basically we need to break through 80,500. I don't know if we're going to do that today, but the more we hit this line, the more likely it is. So we need to see what kind of news comes out, of today. I do believe we're going to have a lot of headlines like yesterday, guys. I think I showed you this MEXC yesterday and how strong the news was. Now, there's no news events today. I know the guys that are actually personally measuring the news every day. They don't do it 24 hours, though. But, they stay up pretty late. I would say, I think my last notification was about 10 o'clock last night. So, yeah, you can see yesterday was a 0.65 negative day, which is pretty strong negative. But all news that we had yesterday was so negative, guys. And basically, it's a strong risk-off zone at the moment, according to their MEXC dashboard here. Now, I will keep you updated on the strong news here that we get in future videos when we start getting it, of course. Now, taking a look at Ethereum, we were looking at it yesterday. We were looking at the RSI and everything. It is sitting at almost $1,600 right now. I'm not sure why there's a break right here. Maybe I need to refresh this, though. Let's refresh it. And yeah, I think, okay, there is no break there. Yeah, so we are getting a green candle today. It actually is a fairly big green candle at the moment. We are getting support right at 1550. You can see it's gotten support here several times. So the more we hit that, the more likely it is to break down too. So let's hope we can get a bounce with Ethereum. Again, I don't, put people onto Ethereum. I always have said Ethereum is probably not the best project to get into. And there's better projects like Solana or BNB And yeah, I think just Ethereum is losing out because there's so many other projects that do similar like Ethereum, and they're just, they're more advanced than Ethereum. So anyways, guys, if you like Ethereum, so be it. Be careful with it, guys, because I think this one can lose more than you can gain from it, in the end, probably. By the way, we need to talk about the CME gap on Bitcoin. I forgot to do that. About half of this gap has been filled still. We are getting a green candle today, though. We still have about 15 hours and 17 minutes on this, candle today. Let's see if we move to the upside. Now, the top of this would be at about 84,320 bucks, let's say. And because yeah, we closed right here on Friday. So that means there's still a gap from about this point here at 81,500 up to 84,300. So about a $3,000 gap still. Now we have gotten quite a significant bounce here on the total 2 chart, guys. We are sitting about 918 billion at the moment. We dropped down to about 832 though, which is lower than the technical target of this breakdown. So I think we will not go down further. I think that's probably the maximum now. I hope we get a bounce and we get here to about 970 billion and break above. We need to start heading back to 1 trillion, of course. Now, taking a look at the dominance, we did have that huge wick to the upside yesterday. Kind of a bearish signal for the dominance, but this was also on this day. We had kind of a similar candle. And you can see we just kind of went sideways for a while before going up. So right now, I would say there's no sign that it's going to go down. Even though we do have a red candle today, you can see we had a red candle the other day. And basically it was making a flag. Like I said in 1 or 2 of my videos, I said this looks like it's creating a bull flag. And that's what it did, guys. So maybe it could be creating another small flag here before it moves up. Now, the cycle high, basically, it was about 64.3, let's say. And yeah, I hope it doesn't go higher. We will get absolutely crushed if it does. Now, the dollar index is falling again today, so it's just kind of consolidating, I would say, here between 103.39 and 102.59. Let's take a quick look at the liquidations. Now, liquidations is starting to come down. It's only 865 million, which I probably shouldn't say only. But yesterday, at one point, I think it was about double this. So it's coming down slowly. It's basically longs and shorts almost equal now. The fear and greed is a 24 today. We did come up. I am surprised we came up from 23 because I thought yesterday was pretty scary, when it comes to, these fear and greed days. So I don't know. Maybe we will see a little bit of a pullback. I think it's maybe a little bit delayed on these fear and greed indexes. I don't know how they measure it and when they measure it. But yeah, anyways, let's go to the altcoin season index. Basically, it's Bitcoin season. I refreshed this right before the video. It's an 18 still, and that's due to the dominance, guys. Now, again, the sell at the top indicators, guys, 0 from 30 have been hit. So still, it's 100% hold. Pi cycle top indicator still diverging away from each other. And today, we don't have really anything on the economic calendar, guys. Only one FOMC member is speaking. Tomorrow, we do have the meeting minutes. That's probably a little bit more important day tomorrow. Now, the cuts is basically 66% still believing we're not getting a cut to 33% believing that we're getting a cut. But guys, we still have 29 days. So now, crypto bubbles looks good today, but we're so far down, guys. It's just, if we look at the week, month, and year, it's totally different story, Now, if you want to stake your coins, guys, go to Coinando. I was looking for Avalanche yesterday. Be aware of limits and the days you have to stake things. And yeah, guys, do your homework there. And if you like this video, guys, like, subscribe, activate the bell, become a member, check out the deals that I have below in the description as well with some of these exchanges, guys. And yeah, guys, I can keep making these videos for you in the future.